might put you like right in the middle of like a video, so I don't know.
Okay, this was one of my to-do lists. Got to see these. I saw them last minute. Janszen audio. All right. Just came from Edgar's.
Oh yeah, good.
You're all set up?
Almost. I'm about to just get this preamp out of the circuit.
Okay.
Because it doesn't seem to be working for me.
Uh-oh.
I love it. I've heard it before. Different show.
Oh, really? AGD? Okay.
Yeah. Great stuff. Okay, and
I'll just take a look at these. I featured them last year.
yeah.
The KLH kind of revisited, re-engineered.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you tried this with the Bach?
No, Edgar thinks it won't work well, and it's probably right because of this.
The dispersion?
Pretty wide dispersion
Okay.
and the directivity of it.
He's getting incredible results over in that.
I know.
Everybody's complaining about hotel rooms, and he's getting like some of the best results.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is open baffle, but there is actually a back to the,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like
It's just a perforated metal.
perforated metal. Yeah, let me
And
jump back here so people can
Finishing
see
the
that.
build, we forgot to put, there's supposed to be some absorption behind the electrostatic panel, but it was omitted because we were in such a thin hurry.
So it's basically a line source.
Yeah, it's two line sources. The thing that's interesting about the electrostatic line source is that it's a synthetic aperture.
Okay.
Are you filming me?
Yes. Do you mind?
Not at all. So there are 5 stripes, vertical stripes. The thing is 4 feet tall and 8 inches wide.
Okay.
Normally, if you have an 8-inch wide aperture, it beams very sharply, but because it's electrically isolated into 5 stripes, it's also mechanically isolated, so there isn't going to be any transverse waves launched. There's a delay to the first flanking pair and another delay to the second one. So it's as if the thing was curved back a little, so it gets plus or minus 20-degree dispersion at 10 kilohertz.
That's
If I'd
interesting.
known you were recording, I would have tried to not stammer.
It's all right. People like the authentic rawness.
Okay. You'll get that with me.
We don't need to go overly produced. No, but this, for people that aren't familiar, this was the bee's knees back in the day for the technology available at the time and the limited, I guess, base and capacities it did. Are you involved?
These did have a good base. These went down to 40.
Did they go to 40? Okay.
But they're not like the quads, which are supposedly full range.
Okay.
But weren't. Also, they were reliable, which the quads weren't. So.
Yeah, so
listen,
you actually.
I love knocking quads.
So in terms of materials, though, that have advanced over the years, what are the main changes? The driver technology?
It's
that you-
the assembly, really.
Is that
the
right?
Stuff that it's made out of. They're low thermal expansion coefficient materials, so that when there's a change in temperature, the membrane tension doesn't change.
Oh, really?
Appreciably, and not enough to matter.
Okay. That was an issue or back in the day?
It's always an issue. Well, the original woofers are made of styrene,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a really large temperature coefficient, so you might even wind up slapping membranes if it gets really cold in them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That won't be an issue with you.
Well, cool. All right. Well, let me get out of your way here.
Alrighty.
Let you finish up hooking everything up.
Okay. Oh boy.
And you're getting an audience already.
I have no idea. I have an idea if this is going to work.
So this is new from, is that's electrostatic?
Yeah, it's basically,
So it's like a hybrid design?
yeah, so you have an array of the woofers and an array, well, the,
Are they different crossings?
yeah, so it kind of like you see, Martin Logan's kind of will have the stator and then they'll have the bass driver at the bottom. This is kind of doing, but the bass is a point source on the Martin Logans. This is giving an array.
So is that going to be full range, or is it certain frequencies?
Certain
going to the
frequencies are for
drivers?
this versus that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's
Interesting.
what you see with a lot like Maggie's. They'll try to do all the frequencies in a line source with one driver,
Mhm.
but inevitably there's some excursion limits to Maggie's and certain electrostatics and planars. But with Pistonic drivers, you can play at higher volumes, get a little more of that acoustic wave that people like to feel.
Yeah.
And so this kind of hybrid is an attempt to kind of give you the best of the both worlds. And at the time, the KLH9 it wasn't that popular, but the people that had it were extremely excited about it, and it became a very sought after piece used. And it was pretty reliable too. But David Janszen, whose family has been in the speaker building forever, has kind of revisited it and re-released it with modern drivers and, as you mentioned, better construction. And Edgar's using his other speakers, those Janssens that were
Yeah, I
in
saw
that.
those, yeah.
So it's a totally different
Yeah, I
design.
recognize
The name is
That's
the
why I
same.
hadn't seen those speakers.
That's
in a long
right.
time.
So this would be more for people that don't have the Bach and want a more wide dispersion
Mm-hmm.
naturally from the speaker. Still limited in terms of what it can do compared to the Bach, but prior to the Bach technology, or somebody doesn't have it, this might be a good contender for people that have Maggie's and Martin Logan's and whatnot. So I'll tell you what, we'll come back when they got it running with some music. But this is a good background for people to see as they get everything set up.